Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Orta. Alright, we're at the very end of the game, and we're actually going to have two really short episodes that I'm not sure I should actually keep as separate episodes. I'm going to feel guilty if I do, so I'm going to have to figure things out, I guess. But hey, we have dragon mirrors. A bunch of undeveloped embryo dragon mirrors. How fun. They're probably not too happy that we destroyed a bunch of fetuses last episode. So, yeah. So with the blood of the unborn on our hands already, we're going to, kill the underdeveloped too. Oh crap! But they are in fact dragon mirrors. They shoot like dragon mirrors, as annoying as that is. They have, as you can see, very little health though. So crap. Yeah, no shame in switching to glide form at some point if you need to. Plus they're not getting hit. They also give you some last minute gene bases, but yeah. Also fire a ton of stuff at you right here, and then they start ramming you, which you always forget about. Oh wait, I'm always gonna run off into the distance and be okay. There are very few enemies in this level though, like I said just a moment ago, or at least implied I think. This level is really short. So, as a result, you have very few enemies to kill. And that part right there, just let everyone run in front of you and shoot them when they do. And then there's one or two left, just pick them off. Fun. And then more dragon mirrors appear that for some reason happen to be way stronger than the rest. I don't know why. But if you guys want to actually, do your thing. They actually don't have a health bar yet, so it didn't matter if I was shooting them right then or not. Come on, I always try to dodge the wrong way there. It throws me off. Anyways. This is basically just a repeat of the last dragon mirror fight we had with Everin a long while back in Chapter 4, I think it was. Berserk. But this time we have more of them. That is basically it. But we are also more powerful because we can lock onto 5 things at once now. So it's not too bad. We've already seen all these patterns and whatnot before, so it's not like we're trying to learn anything new while simultaneously fighting these guys off. Yeah, I might include next episode along with, or next chapter along with this episode. I can probably do that, can't I? Because both this episode and the next will be incredibly, incredibly short otherwise, so yeah, I think I'll do that. So welcome to the final episode of Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Orta, actually, of the last episode of the story mode, not the last episode of the game. Because there's a lot more to this game than story mode, which is really cool. But I don't really think there's much I need to be saying about this fight, because it's basically just a repeat of the first Dragon Mirror fight, which is kind of disappointing, but oh, come on. The same pains that its weird bullets present. Even glide form has annoying troubles with it. Oh, hey! Although they don't try to ram you, it seems like the other dragon mirrors do. I don't quite understand, but whatever. Let's not run off to the wrong side this time. Okay, never mind. God, why do I always have trouble with that? I oftentimes find that during this part, it didn't happen. I oftentimes find that I end up killing one of the dragon mirrors with a glide form during that particular part of the fight, right there. But that was not meant to become a reality this time around, unfortunately, it seems like. And you also see I'm a little bit more aggressive this time around too. I'm using heavy form. I use base form. Base wing, I guess, a lot last time around, I think. I'm just experimenting a bit more with what does and doesn't work. I found that I can be heavy form, heavy wing. God damn it! Stop touching me. Even more than I had been already. This is a rather frustrating level to try to take a few hits on. I basically just accept I'm going to take a bunch of hits in this fight. I don't like taking too many regardless, like usual. And don't worry about saving your Berserk either. I still think it's best to use heavy forms Berserk here instead of bases, but I normally have more things killed right now too. I normally kill off the last of the enemies during this part of the fight right now, where we have like 5 of them left already. So yeah, I'm taking longer than usual now too. Disappointing. Of course, all the ones that are left are the ones that shoot me. Go away! I want them to die right now too, because I'm going over. I want to lose my A rank on the level. Is this darn thing? Die, please. That was dissatisfying. I'll be heavy for the next level anyways. But, blah! No, I'm just A's. Man! Boss clear time, I'm pretty sure, is under 4 minutes is an S. Both times I practiced this, I got an S rank on that too. Whatever. It's a short, odd level that's basically just a bunch of the same thing for a little while. So I don't especially love it, but oh well. I guess we had enough energy from our Berserk for some reason. Hi, Cradle. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Well, no. I'm pretty sure the Cradle is the glowing blue thing. Everything around is just a float engine, I think. Which is just the stuff that ancients used, that their Imperials now use to make things float. You see them on all their floating ships. I recognize that, Dragon Mare. Namely because it looks exactly like every other single one. I share your feelings, Dragon. Where have you seen that before? Some very interesting callbacks with this whole Dragon Mirror thing right there. Doesn't look healthy. I never really knew who was speaking right. Well, that's Abed speaking right there. So to say, I never really knew who was speaking there because it's not too obvious, but Abed entered the thing. Is basically what happened. So now we just kind of decide to run after Abed and go, hey, whatever. Hey, was it base wing for some reason? Alright. Cutscene continuity. Okay, so basically laser thing appears. Dodge the laser thing by gliding. Well, once it goes green, because that means it's going to fire a laser at you. So for some reason on easy, for this part right here, you're next to Abed, and those things fire at you. I already have another Berserk ready. But for some reason when you're next to these things, and those things prepare to fire at you, if you dash forward for some reason, turns out, I don't know why, but also you can't harm Mel right here, so don't bother. I don't know why, but if you're on easy, which is really weird, but specifically easy, the laser will track you if you try to dash forwards, and it'll hit you, no matter what. No matter how well you timed it or anything like that. Seems really weird. I was gonna dodge a lot of those by just gliding, of course. So try to hit those random things that are floating around him for some reason, because they don't actually do anything when you hit them. I can make very quick work of this boss in its entirety because my heavy wing is at level 5. And you can make quick work of this boss regardless, but level 5 heavy wing will make it even shorter. I understand that you don't have anything to actually do anymore, Abed. Not your reason for existence is nil, but doesn't mean gonna let you just kind of like kill me. Anyways, though, so a bunch of lock-ons because there are lots of things to lock onto, as you can see. And I have to apologize in advance. I'm actually going to skip 2 entire portions of this, not entire portions, but 2 attacks in this fight that you would normally see otherwise, because you can actually get through the second stage of the Abed fight so quickly that that's what you can do. It's kind of amusing to me. And then you have the fun tail stuff. You just kind of go on either side of Abed's tail for a little while. And then right here, for some reason it's really easy to accidentally bop Abed on the head and take some contact damage right there, even though it's not so obvious where you touched him. I think it just helps to stay high a little bit. It's kind of weird. So smart, be prepared, because nothing in this fight really presents any actual like threat of killing you, except for this part right here. Lock on with a bunch of lasers. This is why I wanted to be level 5 base form. More lasers you have, the better, and you get more lasers with higher level. Lock on. He'll lock on with, as indicated by the green light, Berserk. And then, if you time your own laser fire right... Don't hit me. Okay. If you time it right, you'll destroy all of Abed's lasers, because they'll automatically be locked onto once he fires them. Those lasers do an ungodly amount of damage. Like, it's terrifying in all seriousness, regardless of what difficulty you're on. They do less damage, of course, on easy, but it's still frightening. They do a quarter of your health each on hard. So normally right here, what we'd see is Abed would have another attack where he like dips into and out of the sky, if it makes any sense. Like jumps in and out vertically. And then, like he did just there, actually just started. And then he has another attack after that where he just kind of stays underwater but raises his wings upwards, and I guess he tries to make you run into them, but you can fire out his wings the entire time, so you're still damaging him. It's weird. It's not a big attack that's kind of magic or anything that you're missing. Of course, he starts that attack immediately right there. Thankfully, you get a lot of Berserk, kind of, I think. Yeah, from destroying his lasers. So, right here it's just a fight to lock onto him. Signs, if you accidentally fire early, he'll be merciful and fire fewer lasers at you. But don't depend on it. Just rely on your Berserk kind of to do most of your damage, because he'll pretty much continuously fire tons of lasers at you. That's his exclusive attack at this point in his third stage of the fight, as annoying as it is. I almost want to get hit by one of the lasers just to show you how horrifying it is, how much damage it does, but that would not be terribly sane. Also, I can just come up right here, actually. And then it tries to cross you over from one side to the other really suddenly. Right there. So if you start staying on one side of Abed, it'll end up hitting you. Basically, all that happens if you don't kill him off quickly right there is nothing. He just kind of wiggles around like normal, like he has so far, on different sides of you. And then he has one attack where he tries to eat you, but whatever. So, no hit run on this fight. For the first time ever, thank you. I've never managed to do it without taking some kind of hit. It's always annoyed me. Because I've gone darn close, too. In fact, there's one video I'm going to upload, I happily got on camera, where I almost got the whole thing. It was especially impressive for reasons you'll see later. But so close to getting through the whole thing, and then he does that bite attack, he hits me. And it does so little damage, but... right before I killed him, too. But oh well. Now, I have done this flawlessly, on hard, on camera. Beautiful! I'm quite satisfied with this playthrough, in fact. Phew. Some levels better than others, but... so apparently Abed caused some serious destruction by merely existing around there. Going in and out of the sky. That, my friends, is Panzer Dragoon Vier. Also known as Panzer Dragoon Orta, of course. For some reason, it calls it Vier if you beat it on hard, which is just German for 4, but whatever. So, that is not, do not think, that's not the end of this playthrough at all, because there's so many things in this game to show that aren't the story, and there's another story too. There's another side story following somebody else entirely. It's actually a very nice story, because it does not follow Orta. And no, if I was wondering, it doesn't follow Mobo. For some reason, that seems like a thing that would spring to people's minds. But this is a game I like a lot for reasons that I kind of want to wait to explain, because there's still stuff to show. And there's a lot to this game beyond just this. It's not a... Hi, Catharp. You're annoying. It's not just about the story. The story is cool. I think it's a great epilogue to this Panzer Dragoon series as a whole, which of course you won't really get if you haven't seen other Panzer Dragoon games before this one. It's also a great introduction to the Panzer Dragoon series at the same time, though, even though it kind of spoils some certain things. It includes the original Panzer Dragoon as an unlockable. You can play it in its entirety. For some reason, it decides to include the openings and endings of Panzer Dragoon Zwei and Saga as well in its unlockables, which is weird, but it has so many references to other games in the series that it gives you something of an introduction and lets you know a little bit about them before you get into them if you decide to do so. I haven't played any other Panzer Dragoon games other than the original, and I don't intend to do so, but I'm happy to have found this because I looked into all the stories of all of them, and it's interesting how this game provides some things that connect all of them together, depending on how you look at the game. But this game series story is highly interpretive in a certain way. So many things are just hinted at, and you have to make your own conclusions. And that's really fun if you're willing to put effort into it. That's what this game series as a whole is. It's something you have to put a lot of effort into to get a return out of. I need to put a lot into memorizing where enemies appear and figuring out what things work better than others in regards to tactics and overall strategies, what forms to use, things like that. But it's rewarding in its gameplay if you do, if you just put the focus into it you need to. Bye, Dragon Mare. And if not, oh god, its tail. I didn't notice its tail leaking matter everywhere last time. But, and this story's the same way. I really like to be able to say that. But I think that where this game shines is not in its rather cool story and fun levels, but also in its extra content. This game, like I said, just has so much stuff that relates to other games of the series. They can get you into the rest of the series as well. I've only shown you a fraction of the game's encyclopedia too. You can just learn about everything, the description of every single enemy even. It's really cool. I'll show you stuff in regards to that that's significant at least, but anyways, at the same time, I think it's really cool that this game includes a lot of things to do that aren't just part of the story. You have scenarios to play through that are in or out of the bounds of the main story. It's kind of up for you to decide and or figure out. But it also includes a story of its own. That's beside... Oh, sorry about that. Stupid microphone. Don't fall like that. But it includes an extra story entirely, which is also really cool. And so many unlockables, not just in like unlockable content for you like view and whatnot, but there is an extra game mode in this game entirely where a lot of this stuff you can do can contribute to. And that's actually one of the biggest challenges in the game, unlocking everything in that special particular mode. And of course I'll explain that as well. I'll probably have, after I complete the scenarios and the second story, I'll probably do the second story first. After I complete both of those, I think what I'll do is I'll just have one final episode just kind of explaining all the random stuff you can do in this game. And then I'll probably try to close everything off with a final restatement of my thoughts on this game, because I don't think I can offer all of them just yet when I haven't shown you guys everything. I mean, even if I say everything that's on my mind, you guys don't have the context for all of it, so oh well. Gratitude for Team Engineer. Oh yeah! This series, or this game wasn't actually made by the same company that made all the other Panzer Dragoon games. This game is kind of like a tribute to the original developer, or original studio of the Panzer Dragoon series, which is kind of interesting. So it was something that was amazing to see, actually. It was an epilogue to a series that was made largely by people who worked on the other Panzer Dragoon games, but it was made to close off a really nice series, and did so beautifully of its own accord. After the death of its studio that first created it. I'd love to be able to see it happen to some of the games that I like. Of course, I do like the Panzer Dragoon games as well, but still, I think you get the idea with games like, I don't know, Klonoa, Jet Set Radio, Blinks.
Tabu diatereia mu petis en seco orta.
I honestly don't know how this whole air thing happens, but like so many other things in this series, that's for the viewers to figure out. That's just one that I haven't really figured out myself. So that's here now, somehow. And of course, Orta is no longer alone, so she got her wish. Not that she's really in a world that's going to accept her, though, I think. I don't know, I mean, given the things that have happened with Abed, the Empire is probably not too concerned about Orta right now, of all things. Look at that! Whoa! So that's my best playthrough yet by a good margin. On hard mode, no less, 96%, which gives me the hard mode exclusive rank of Panzer Leader. So I had a nice average for all these. I got only 3 S ranks, which makes me sad. Of course, I don't really even count episode 10s. Although I did get that with no hits. So not my best playthrough. Well, not that my best playthrough of every individual level. But I'm really happy with how it all happened. Basically, you can actually see this results screen every time you quit the game. But I decided to wait off until I completed the whole game to show it. So you can see how your dragon rank changes over time. But depending on what difficulty you're on, your rank caps out at a different thing, and it entirely depends on your shot down ratio. I think if you're on easy, it caps out at 91%. I don't remember what that title is, though. If you're on normal, I don't remember what it caps out at. I think it's like 95, maybe. And then if it's on hard, it can go all the way up to 100%. A ratio of 100%, however you'd manage to pull that off, gives you the title of Winged Death. It should be quite satisfying, I'm sure. I also expected the "you unlocked something" screen to pop up right there, but there's something more for you to unlock in this game. There hasn't been anything for me to unlock in this game in a good long while. This is where all the fun stuff is. Flight records. So I have some new records here, I'm sure. 20 hours playtime, huh? Actually, I think if you play for 20 hours total, I think that's when you unlock everything in the game. This game has a weird system of unlocking things. If you don't unlock something by completing the correct criteria, you unlock it by, you can also unlock it by playing for a certain amount of time, which is weird, but whatever. Dragon use, it's kind of skewed by my first playthrough of the game, but I use heavy a lot more than other things. I use glide a decent bit. Playstyle, I get undead. I think it's because I used to restart levels a lot when I first played through, or when I played through the game with the goal of taking as little damage as possible for the sake of unlocking something. So I'm kind of bugged that didn't change. You can get something like Gunner that shows you focus mostly on using the gun and things like that. I don't remember what I had before it became undead, though. Undead is if you either die a lot or restart a lot, which makes me sad, but whatever. On easy. See, that was when I got 100% on something. That was beautiful. Lots of S ranks on easy, of course. I only played through on normal once, mind you, so this is my first playthrough of the game. I died a lot on the first, or on the final level, because I hadn't figured out the laser thing. And now here we go. Beautiful. I'm happy with it. Now, of course, I have some other things too. As you can see, I've done kind of well on most of these things they're going to play through later. But I suppose all it's left to do is show you guys, well, all it's left to do in this episode is show you guys what I haven't shown you yet in the encyclopedia. I'll show you guys other things in the other episodes as time goes on. I'll have an episode dedicated to, I'll probably do all the sub-scenarios in one episode. I'll probably do the extra story over the course of 2 episodes. That's probably how it'll work out. Something interesting, this game even has 3 references to dragons from other Panzer Dragoon games as well. But I'll let you learn those on your own. I don't intend to play through the original Panzer Dragoon in this playthrough though. Which is necessary to unlock something, but I'll explain that later. In regards to how you unlock it, I'm not going to show it on here. I would consider that a separate Let's Play in general, but I didn't enjoy playing it for the sake of completing it, so I don't think I'd make a good Let's Play for it. But is there anything else I want to show? I think I already explained the bioreactor. If not, you could probably pause through and read that. Geography? No, nothing new that I wanted to show you. I guess the one or 2 things. The one thing I'll show you, that I haven't shown you yet, is just, oh no, not in creatures. Ovid's Dragon Mare. Well, no, 2 things. Ovid's Dragon Mare and the Infant Dragon Mares. Enemies. Mirror Embryo that we fought in Chapter 9. Say hello. Got the looker, aren't they? Lookers. They don't have that little seat for riding in, though. Some stuff implied about Ovid there as well. Then we have Ovid's mare, which is kind of cool looking, I guess. Has like a weird little goatee. Very nice, pretty white looking. Very, I suppose, ancient-esque. And I didn't show this before because it kind of spoiled the final boss fight. Its true limits have yet to be seen. I wonder what that could mean. But whatever. But that will have to be it for this episode of Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Orta. See you guys next time, the next episode, where we start off a new story entirely. Not entirely. It takes place in the same universe at the same time, but still. See you guys next time, next episode, when we start off Imperial Boy, a story about Eva and Imperial youth. Bye, everyone.